magandang hapon sa ating lahat. Miyerkules naman at Hulyo, buwan ng Hulyo naman at ating ipagdiwang ang linggo ng mga may kapansanan. Natatangi ang episode sa hapon na ito dahil sobrang mahalaga at ikinagalak natin na ating makapanayam. Wala nang iba kundi ang Executive Director ng National Council on Disability Affairs. Napaka-importante dahil sa taong ito, malaking pagbabago ang ginawa ng ating mahal na Pangulo na ang National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week ay kanyang inamyendahan. So ang ating celebration ay magiging Disability Rights Week na. Ito ang inaasam-asam sa mahabang panahon ng sektor ng may kapansanan. Mula sa medical, sa charity, towards the social and human rights model. Ngayon, natamo natin ang ating hinahangad. At mga kainkunasyon, yan ay ang ating pag-usapan kasama ang ating panauhin sa hapong ito. Jen, it's your turn. Please introduce our special guest this afternoon.
Okay, thank you Sir Ranil. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. And yun nga po, nagagalak kami na pakapanayan po kayo, makasama po kayo sa hapon na ito, lalo na po at ang ating episode ay kapanapanabik dahil kasama nga po natin ang ating guest na tunay nga naman nakaalay po natin mga persons with disabilities. Okay, let me introduce, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that we welcome our guest for our episode for today. She is a trailblazer in the field of social welfare and disability advocacy. Our guest brings a wealth of experience and expertise to her role as the Executive Director of the National Council on Disability Affairs, or the NCDA. She concurrently serves as Assistant Secretary of the Operations Group of the Department of Social Welfare and Development, where her leadership and dedication made a lasting impact on social development, policies, and programs. Her commitment extends beyond government service, having collaborated with non-government organizations such as the Consuelo Foundation in the Calauan Resettlement Project and the Community and Family Services International Urban Refugee Project. These experiences have deepened her understanding and compassion for marginalized communities, particularly the persons with disabilities. Our guest professional journey is distinguished by her qualifications as a registered social worker and registered nurse. She pursued her passion for social work further by earning a Master of Science in Social Work with a specialization in supervision and administration, equipping her with the tools to effect systemic change and empower individuals and communities. Please join me in welcoming for today a visionary leader dedicated to advancing social inclusion and equality for all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to our dear Executive Director, Ma'am Glenda D. Relova. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Glenda.
Good afternoon po. Now, let's watch. Yes, good afternoon po, ma'am.
Sir
Thank you po.
Ranilo, magandang hapon po. At sa lahat po ng bumubuo ng inklinasyon at sa inyong mga taga-subaybay dito, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here again. I think this is my second time. Opo.
Yes, ma'am. Maraming salamat po at lagi niyo po pinauunlakan ng aming pong paganyaya sa inyo. Now, let's watch a video message from our dear Director, Glenda Relova.
In a significant move towards prioritizing the rights of individuals with disabilities, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has recently signed Proclamation Number 597. This proclamation designates the week of 17 to 23 of July each year as National Disability Rights Week, replacing the long-standing observance of National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week, which began in 1979. The decision to shift the focus from prevention and rehabilitation to rights-based approach is significant as it mirrors the increasing recognition of the importance of empowering persons with disabilities and ensuring their rights are upheld. This aligns with international frameworks that prioritize the advocacy and protection of disability rights, including the Magna Carta for Persons with Disability and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The proclamation states that the National Council on Disability Affairs, or NCDA, would be in charge of organizing, conducting, and supervising the events that take place during National Disability Rights Week. Since the NCDA is the government organization responsible for creating policies and implementing programs that promote the rights and welfare of persons with disabilities nationwide, this position is crucial for the organization. The government's commitment to advancing the rights of persons with disabilities is exemplified by the NCDA's leadership in the National Disability Rights Week event. The government is clearly emphasizing the significance of promoting disability rights, inclusion, and empowerment by placing the NCDA at the forefront of this initiative. The transition from prevention and rehabilitation to rights is a welcome trend that emphasizes the critical importance of approaching disability from a rights-based perspective. This shift acknowledges the intrinsic dignity and worth of persons with disabilities and aims to ensure that they have equal opportunities as individuals without impairments, rather than focusing solely on medical procedures or charity-based initiatives. As we commemorate National Disability Rights Week, it is critical to assess the nation's achievements in advancing the rights of persons with disabilities. It is also an opportunity to draw attention to the work that still needs to be done to ensure that persons with disabilities can fully participate in society and have equitable access to healthcare, employment, education, and other services. In celebration of the National Disability Rights Week, let us once again pledge to protect the rights and dignity of every person, regardless of their abilities. Let's strive for a society that is more equitable and inclusive, where everyone can thrive and make a positive impact. We can create a more compassionate and just society for everyone by recognizing and honoring the rights of persons with disabilities. Happy National Disability Rights Week!
Idirlova. Pero bago tayo pumunta sa ating mga diskusyon patungkol sa National Disability Rights Week, narinig ko na opisyal kayo na naging kinatawan ng Pilipinas sa nakaraang Conference of State Parties sa New York City. At syempre kasama mo doon si Jen, Ma'am Glenda, ikwento mo nga, ano ang significance ng pagdalo mo doon sa Conference of State Party sa United Nations sa New York?
Thank you Sir Ranilo. So totoo po na tayo po ay nag-deliver ng ating country statement doon po sa sa 17th COSP na ginawa po sa New York. So ito po ay parang isang pagtatala or pagsusulit natin whether we are compliant to the previous statements that we had. At syempre, ibinibigay din po natin dito yung ating pledge or commitment again regarding sa mga bagay na hindi natin na-accomplish or sa mga bagong trajectory na nakikita natin in terms of the move para po sa inclusion ng mga persons with disability. So, dito po diniscuss po natin na katulad din ng mga ibang bansa na ang Pilipinas talaga nag-fall behind sa target po natin ng SDG. So therefore, ang Pilipinas, kasama na rin ng ibang bansa, really needs to put their acts together and make this catch-up plan. So meron po tayong tinatawag na Summit of the Future, which will be held on September. Dito po ibibigay po yung mga catch-up plans. So bakit hindi na-hit yung target? Or ang target ba applicable? Or what are the things that we need to do to strengthen in order for us to hit ito pong ating SDG goals. And may mga tatlong important topics po dito, which is yung application of AI technology. So yung debunking the myth na alam naman natin kasi minsan, di ba, kahit sa social work, alam natin na yung pagkakaroon ng mga makinarya sometimes nagke-create ng tinatawag natin na social junk or nawawalan na ng silbi ang workforce or human force dahil nare-replace na tayo ng mga machines. So dito, dinebunk din yung takot ng mga tao na ang AI ay hindi isang bagay na dapat nating katakutan na ire-replace tayo. Ang AI ay dinevelop para maging tool din para masigit nating higit tayong makaparticipate, lalong-lalo na sa sektor. Persons with disability, kinakailangan lang natin na magkaroon ng capacity building and real understanding or real, we have to sit down together, no? Para pag-aralan natin ito at ano yung kinakailangang parang innovation na pwede nating i-take on at pwede tayong magkaroon ng gainful employment. And number 2 is, including the persons with disabilities in planning regarding disaster risk mitigation. Kasi alam naman natin na pag disaster, talagang everyone is affected. However, yung sa pagpaplano, kinakailangan talagang masusing tingnan at yung mga existing ba natin na mga facilities or yung mga plans ba natin talagang accessible para sa persons with disability. At ang pangatlo is yung paano natin i-create ang sistema ng edukasyon, ang sistema ng capability building para makapag-provide ng gainful employment para sa persons with disability. So napakadaming ganap na nangyari doon. Isang meeting pa naming inattendan is yung meeting namin with Miss Sara Mincara, yung US what's that? Parang ambassador, special advisor for international rights for disability. And ginawa namin yun sa Microsoft building. Nandoon ang ibang sector or ibang miyembro ng ASEAN communities. We discuss about the enabling master plan, di ba? So, and we focused more, since as ASEAN nation tayo, we focused more on accessible tourism. So yung mga ganon. And we also had a meeting with several stakeholders like the CBM and nag-attend din po tayo doon ng Philippine Independence Day na ginawa po sa residence ng ating permanent mission to the United Nations. So madaming kaganapan, sir.
Yeah. So sa ating mga tagapakinig, no, ang ibig sabihin kanina na minention ni Edie Relova, yung SDG ay Sustainable Development Goals at ang AI ay Artificial Intelligence, no.
Yes,
Jen, no, bilang kasama din doon, no, at kasama, no, sa delegado ng mga state actors. Ano ang iyong insight, no, sa pag-attend mo doon, no, ng Conference of Parties, Jen?
Yeah, thank you Sir Ranil, no. Makakapag-share lang din po. Actually, yung participation ko din is part ng Organization of Persons with Disabilities. Part po tayo ng IPES agenda, which is sila po yung lead na project implementer po nung pag-a-advocate po ng ASEAN Enabling Master Plan. Yun po yung disability framework at the ASEAN region po on how to improve and how to empower the persons with disabilities at the ASEAN region. So ang inatinan naman po namin doon ay related din po dun sa mga digital information technology, how to use AI and how to leverage those technologies para po makapag-participate ang mga person with disability. Isa po na naidagdag aside dun sa sinabi ni Director Reloba is yun dun sa election po. So knowing that IFES is an advocate for the right to vote or the election. So yun po. And at the same time, nakipag-meeting din po tayo dun sa mga CRPD committee members. So may mga issues and concerns po tayo na napakinggan, no, at na humihingi sila ng tulong, mga idea kung paano po ito mariresolve. Another din po is we were able to meet din po dun sa mga taga ADF from other countries like sa Europe po, and at the same time we were able to meet international leaders, yan, OPD leaders. So nakaka-inspire po sila, no, kasi despite nga po, pag makikita mo din talaga, kasi first time ko, Sir Ranil, na maka-join sa ganitong activity, and nakaka-goosebump talaga na makapunta doon sa may General Assembly Hall doon sa UN, doon sa United Nations doon sa New York, and it was really kumbaga nakaka-refresh, no, kasi minsan di ba nakakapagod ang pagiging advocate, yung alam mo yon, yung feeling na parang gusto mo nang umayaw kasi bakit ko ginagawa to, napapagod na ako, parang ganun. Pero pagdating mo doon, na parang na-refresh ako, na mas na-energize, mas na-inspire, and going back here in our country, parang yun ang babaunin ko, no, para mas ma-motivate pa tayo para matulungan yung ating mga persons with disabilities dito sa Pilipinas.
Congratulations, no, Ed Glenda, no, and Miss Jennifer, no, iba talaga, no, pag nakapunta ka, especially sa UN, no, kasi nagkaroon din ako ng opportunity, no, na makapunta din doon. Kami naman ni Ronel, ni Abner, no, doon naman kami sa Geneva, no, nung pumunta at nag-observe kami, no, kung papaano, no, ang dialogue between the state party, no, and the UN Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities when we are preparing, no, the para report on the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, no, kasi kasama kami ni Jen, no, ang Philippine Coalition, which is Jennifer is the chairperson now. Kami nag-prepare, no, ng para report ng CRPD. Anyway, no, napakahalaga, no, Edie Glenda, no, ang iyong role, no, kasi, no, this will be the first year, no, galing sa 45 anyos na pagdiwang ng National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week. And this is the first time na ating ipagdiwang, no, ang National Disability Rights Week, no. Edie Glenda, ano yung aasahan ng sektor sa iyo bilang tagapamuno ng ating National Council on Disability Affairs? From the medical charity going to the rights-based perspective.
Siguro, Sir Ranilo, before we discuss, siguro marapat na pasalamatan natin ang ating presidente sa pag-i-issue sa sign itong proclamation na ito. And pasalamatan na din natin yung mga governing board ng National Council on Disability Affairs, because it was my first board meeting with them nung March. When we decided to send this proclamation sa Office of the President, kasi nga sabi nga natin, di ba, kinakailangan all-encompassing So if we want to celebrate really that week for persons with disability, kinakailangan tingnan natin sila sa isang holistic system, sa isang the totality of persons with disability, na since 1979 nga, naha-highlight lang yung prevention aspect and rehabilitation, which is more of a medical model. Pero since nga syempre siguro naka-enhance na rin yung pagiging social worker ko. That's why I'm really pushing for the social model, social and humanitarian rights model. Kasi alam natin na yung health is isang dimension lang siya na pinagdaraanan ng ating sektor, ano? So, pero kinakailangan all systems are working, 'di ba? Para itong isang sasakyan, kung halimbawa yung preno mo hindi gumagana, hindi ka tatakbo. So 'di ba, parang we are the programs and services should be the sum of all parts. Hindi mo siya titingnan na magkakaibang parte. Kaya maliit na party to, kaya malaking party ito. Pag pinagsama-sama mo siya yung kabuuan ng isang produkto na dapat tatakbo. Dapat ganun din yung ano natin ganun din yung approach natin in providing programs, policies and services for persons with disability. Actually, napuna na ito ng United States. Yung konsepto natin ng ano ba yung NCDA, having the 13 national government agencies put together who implements and directly implements programs and services. Sa atin kasi, ang kinakailangan na lang is to tighten up the system. So, push the member of the governing board to really act and take on the responsibility and ownership that they are the NCDA, implement programs. Kami naman as secretariat to collate everything and then to report to the sector ano ba yung ginagawa namin as a whole NCDA. We are the sum of all parts na ito. So dapat ganun din yung ano natin, yung approach natin sa pagdiriwang. Kinakailangan makita natin ang lahat ng aspekto na maaaring makakontribute para magawa ng isang person with disability yung full potential niya. Kasi baka hindi pa natin natatap before, di ba? So, now is the time to really go back to the drawing table and plan. Ano ba talaga yung mga pangangailangan? Yung talagang gap analysis. May gap ba sa polisiya? May gap ba sa mga services? May gap ba sa implementasyon? Or may gap ba sa mindset? So, sama-sama lahat yan, Kuya,
Yeah. So maraming salamat sa ating NCDA Governing Board, especially sa iyo Edie Relova na ikaw talaga yung nag-push na magkaroon ng panibagong proclamation and syempre kay President BBM na kanyang pinirmahan itong bagong proclamation. Jen, may gusto kang idagdag? Itanong kay Edie, Jen?
Yes, thank you, Sir Neil. Director Relova, pwede pong parang nabanggit niyo po kasi kanina na through your board meeting, the first board meeting, so nagkaroon kayo agad ng parang proclamation. So we're very lucky through your leadership ay naisakatuparan nga yung matagal na rin pangarap ng sektor. So pwede po kung paki-share din po sa amin kung ano po yung kasi yung proclamation number 1870 at 361 yung naging batayan ng ating presidente para baguhin yung tinatawag na celebration. So pwede niyo po bang i-share ano po yung nilalaman ng proclamations na dalawa na yan?
Yung 1870 is declaring July 17 to 23 as the National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week. Yung 361 naman is declaring yung July 23 as celebrating yung birthday Sublime Pearly
Day,
and the
Apolinario Mabini
and
na
the
yung ating idol.
activity of the NDPR week. So ganun yung parang konsepto niya. So ngayon pinag-isa na siya. Tapos of course we still celebrate pa rin syempre yung birthday ng ating mahal na bayani, pero yun nga na-expand natin. Tsaka syempre itong Proclamation 597 kasi this is in alignment din sa UNCRPD, di ba? So kinakailangan nga kasi rights-based siya. So ayun. Tapos just also to add yung itong proclamation na ito has been in the making for so many years. Kaya lang na-firm up lang siya nung March 20 nitong March 2024 na board meeting. So yung revision, yung lahat-lahat, saka yung routing, 'di ba? Yung routing sa mga members. So kinakailangan lang talaga kasi na madami kasi kaming ginawang reform sa board na to simplify the processes kasi minsan yung resolution na approve na, 'di ba? Pero ang tagal umikot ng papel na ano na siya, overtaken by event. Parang hindi na kailangan yung resolution, hindi pa siya nasa-sign. So, lahat ng mga processes na yon na-tackle namin during the first governing boards meeting. And all pending resolutions na kinakailangan talagang we really need to act on, ginawa namin ng paraan na mailabas namin at mai-forward kaagad namin sa Office of the President. Another development is yun ding signing ng amendment to the IRR of BP 344. So I think it's gonna be published sometime soon kasi we already coordinated with the official gazette. So ito sana pinipilit sana naming ihabol na by July 17, before July 17, lumabas na yung publication nito. So in time din para dito sa ating National Disability Rights Week. So sama-sama na siya sa yung mga bagong batas na lumabas na ngayong panahon na ito.
Idi, gusto natin malaman ng ating mga taga-subaybay, ano ang mga measures na ginawa mo para mas maging efficient yung mga decision-making body, yung follow up ng mga policies sa NCDA. Kasi parang napansin ko na I don't want to compare the past executive directors. Pero napansin ko mas naging efficient at naging mabilis yung mga policy recommendation at na-approve because ikaw ang nakaupo doon. This is objective observation Kaibigan ko rin yung mga nakaraan pero this is just my objective observation. Edie.
Siguro one good thing that's happening today is the staff are motivated kasi they feel that there's a certain kind of direction. And I have a very good relationship with the staff of NCDA and talagang dapat din natin silang pasalamatan kasi nga kanina nga lang nag-apologize ako sa kanila kasi it's weekend pero I still need to give them gentle reminders which they happily perform. So yung mga ganun kasi sometimes you need to really go outside your comfort zone kung gusto mo talagang mangyari ang isang bagay. And pangalawa is you need to prioritize kasi talaga namang sa loob ng opisina, sobrang napakadaming papel, sobrang napakadaming gustong makipag-usap sa'yo, makipag-partner. But the thing is, you need to prioritize. Ano ba yung for the greater good of all? Ano ba yung most urgent na pangangailangan? And our mandate is to create policies and programs. So definitely, that would be the priority. You have to drop everything for you to finish, ano ba itong dapat tapusin na ito? And I always ask them, kailan yung timeline nito? Kailan yung timeline nito? At makulit po ako sa pagpa-follow up. And then, ayun, maganda rin yung siguro dahil nagmula ako sa ating mother agency which is the DSWD.
Yeah, I think so. I think it helped.
I think it helped. Oo, it helps.
Dahil sila din naman yung katulong natin sa pag-facilitate and ultimately, ang chairperson pa rin naman kasi po ng NCDA si Secretary. So, nagpapasalamat po ako kay Secretary Rex Gatchalian kasi sobra po ang suporta niya sa NCDA. Lalong-lalo na po sa transmittal ng mga papeles. Talagang pag dinala doon, inaaktuhan niya kaagad, lalong-lalo na yung mga bagay na kinakailangan nating isubmit sa Office of the President. Talagang napakatuling pong kumilos ni Sec Rex dito. Lalong-lalo na sa office ng OSEC po, sobra po ang suporta nila sa NCDA.
Yeah. Opo. Actually, Edie Relova, mga 22 years na rin ako nakapag-engage sa NCDA. I think 6 na mga subcommittees na ay naging member ako. Access to Justice, Advocacy, Education, Health, at marami talaga akong mga kaibigan dyan sa NCDA. At kasama na dyan si Jen. At talaga akong napansin na pagbabago, no. So speaking, alam ko pa rin na hanggang ngayon, kulang pa rin yung personnel ng NCDA to do a lot of works expected from them, no. Edie Orlova, how ready, and ano pa kaya ang kailangan na capacity building na kailangan ng mga staff natin diyan sa NCDA para nilang competency, na mas maging effective, mas magiging efficient ang performance ng ating council.
Oo. Siguro very minimal na lang yung capability building needed by the staff kasi as I assess them, yung technical expertise nandoon na eh. Ang kailangan talaga is the expansion of the organizational structure. So kasi kita natin kung makikita natin line yung yung line ng ang pagkaka-staff, hindi siya spread out. So one person is performing like 3 tasks, like he's monitoring, he's implementing the program, pagkatapos nagiging speaker pa siya, nagiging training specialist. So that shouldn't be the case. So that's why we just had our workforce planning. Ito yung magiging basis kasi namin ng pag-create namin ng panibagong structure which we will be discussing siguro sa NMDC, which we will be presenting to the secretary. But initial meeting has been conducted with DBM dahil talagang I really verbalize sa kanila and nagpapasalamat din ako sa DBM dahil very open sila, naintindihan nila kami and they even sila pa yung nag-volunteer that they will host the Prexy. So yung pagbabago ng organizational structure, kaakibat na rin kung ano ba yung dapat na mabago sa mandato ng NCDA kasi people are expecting so much but we cannot do such kasi limitado tayo sa mandate and that mandate is incorporated in the Prexy of the organization. So sabi nila, okay, we will host the Prexy with NCDA and right sizing or creating different positions yung organizational structure. So nagpapasalamat kami doon sa DBM. So I guess pagka naaprubahan na ito, panibagong organizational structure, magiging mas efficient, program focus, measurable ang mga actions ng NCDA po. So it's in the pipeline na sabi ko nga pains, pero we're moving forward po and salamat sa mga support.
Abangan namin yan, Director. Jen, as a former employee of NCDA, may gusto ka bang itanong kay Director?
Actually, formerly, ako pag naging part kasi si Director Relova, bakit na-regionalize yung Alternative Child Care Office? I think kayo po talaga yung naging utak noon. How do you see it sa NCDA? Kasi considering na ang NCDA nga po nasa national level lang po. Sa tingin po ninyo, Director, makakatulong po kaya kung ma-regionalize din yung ahensya natin na ang NCDA po?
Oo. Tama ka dyan, Jen. So, we already discussed it. Nagkaroon kami ng chairperson's meeting kasi twice a year, meron kaming chairperson's meeting, lahat ng attached agency sa DSWD. And that is one of the topic and the commitment and support that we ask our regional director. Kasi kung makikita mo, JJWC, CWC, tsaka yung NACC, tapos, di ba, NCDA, out of the 4, tayo lang yung walang regional presence. So, sabi namin na hindi mahirap na isang staff ng DSWD who's performing other tasks na siya pa rin yung magiging persons with disability focal. Kasi kinakailangan focus, eto lang to eh. Kasi and even with the PDAOs, that's what I'm trying to tell them every time that I have engagement with them dun sa Bohol and then dun sa Capiz, na sabi ko, our engagement with persons with disability doesn't stop after we issue the ID. Siyempre, social worker tayo. Sabi nga natin is, binabalikan nyo ba sila? Pinupuntahan nyo ba sila? inililista nyo ba kung ano yung mga posibleng pangangailangan nila ngayon sa loob ng 3 buwan, sa isang taon? So that should be the duty of the PDAW. And ang konsepto din namin, that's yung fino-float nga namin sa commissioning, is the NCDA should have a local presence up to the municipality. Kung ang Pantawid, meron silang tinatawag na municipal link, dapat meron din tayong Disability Affairs Office. Kasi yung sustainability, pag nag-change ka ng local chief executive, change din yung PDAW mo dahil mga contractual lang siya. However, itong magiging Disability Affairs Officer mo, siya yung magsusustain ng lahat ng programs coming from the national government. Even the issuance of the ID can be with them. Kasi nga, alam mo na yung mga, alam natin ng mga ibang bagay, di ba? So, they will handle it. So,
parang talaga si director, social worker dapat may case management, no? Director. Yes. Anyway, no, punta na tayo, no, sa ating talagang pag-usapan.
Makaka-excite.
Director, no, ipaliwanag sa ating taga-subaybay pa yung team, no, ngayon ng National Disability Rights Week at paano ito nabuo?
Meron po tayong meron tayong committee na I think it was established parang last year pa po ata, and ngayon po ang head nung ating
every year, no, may tinatawag tayo na National Working Committee, no? Director parang, member din ako diyan.
Parang ka ata doon parang member ka po ata doon, di po ba, sir?
member ka doon.
Oo, so member ka doon. So parang it is being headed by PSC ngayon, yung dun sa NDPR nyo. So parang advocating inclusion, celebrating abilities and promoting access, yeah. Oh. So yun po yung team natin, at ito po ay napagkasunduan, parang they proposed several teams at ito po yung nanalo. So at hindi na rin naman namin binago yung kung ano yung napag-agrihan ng committee ng NDPR before nung naisabi na itong bagong proclamation, kasi too late na rin. Tsaka yung mga, alam naman natin sa government, di ba, meron tayong mga paper trails na kinakailang basihan. So in conformity to the other papers, hindi na po namin binago itong team na ito, promoting inclusion, celebrating abilities, and advocating access. And madami po tayong mga activities na magaganap dito. So it would start on, parang informal start po natin is yung July 15, which is yung tinatawag natin na CONEX or Convention Expo. So ito po yung dating ginagawa natin na LGU Convention, pero hinaluan po natin ng Expo. So meron po tayo ditong mga organizations of persons with disability and members of the governing boards and other government offices na meron po silang mga booth dyan. Ito po ay magaganap sa SMX, sa MOA. Nandyan po ang DFA para po dun sa mga magre-renew ng mga passports or kukuha ng bagong passport. Darating din po dyan ang DTI, so they will also have a booth there. And nandyan din po si PhilHealth, si CSC po, magkakaroon po sila ng parang special application for persons with disability. Kasama na rin dyan kasi we also talked with them yung special examination. So nagkaroon po tayo ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa ating mga PDAW offices. Pinag-submit po namin sila kung sino po yung magte-take ng exam, at kami po yung nag-endorse kay CSC para sa special examination po. So ito po ay 3 days. So it's July 15 to 17 po, at madami po tayong mga speaker dyan. And on July 17, ito po yung formal opening natin ng National Disability Rights Week. And on July 18, meron po yung drum circle sa UP Solar de Guzman, Diliman, Quezon City. Meron din po tayong Return to Work Assistance Program pilot project. Ang lead naman po dito ay si Dole, ECC. And then meron din po tayong fun run in Zumba ng DPWH employees on July 19. Meron din po tayong Senyas workshop, basic sign language skills for NHCP museum guides and personnel leads NHCP. Meron din tayong persons with disabilities workshop and film festival at Quezon City experience. Love Life naman po ang lead dito. And on July 20, meron din pong launch ang Empowerability or the Empower Project. Ito po ay parang gala night and film showing din po sa UP Theater, which will be on July 20 din po ng gabi. And sa umaga naman po, meron po tayong walk, run, and roll, which is headed by PSC din po sa University of the Philippines, Diliman, Academic Oval, Diliman, Quezon City, headed by the Philippine Sports Commission. July 22, meron po tayong advokasya sa social media sa SM North EDSA. Meron din po tayong Touch the Artist Vision Exhibit led by NHCP and Rotary Club. And meron din po tayo sa Alabang Town Center, yun naman yung Persons with Disability Got Talent. So napakadami po nating mga activity. So siguro po i-blast na lang natin sa ating mga kakilala, sa ating mga organisasyon. Yun pong nakapost po sa webpage po ni NCDA para po mas inclusive, mas madami pong makasuporta sa ating mga events na gagawin.
Maraming salamat, Director Relova, no. Kali nagpapasalamat din kami sa Norphil, no, Director, no, dahil na-invite ang Norphil. Binigyan nyo kami ng libre na booth, no, doon sa convention in X.
Opo, sir.
So isi-showcase ng Norphil, no, at ibang at serbisyo ng Norphil, no, especially ang community-based inclusive
CBIT.
So maraming salamat.
Oo. Actually, yung boost po na yun is free po talaga. At nagpapasalamat din kami sa ating mother agency, ang DSWD, kasi tumulong po sila. So nag-augment po sila dito para maging possible po itong event na ito. At ito pong Project
Inclusion Network.
Inclusion
yung
Network
PIN.
po yung PIN. So sila po yung isang partner natin na NGO.
Yeah. Jen, no, as head ng PIDAW, no, as head ng Provincial PIDAW ng Pangasinan, kaling bang mga activities, no, doon sa lalawigan ng Pangasinan?
Sa amin naman po, dito sa probinsya ng Pangasinan, halos lahat po ng atin pong mga pasensya na po maingay sa aking paligid. Halos lahat po ng ating pong gagawin na mga activities po ay during the planning po or meeting po ng ating with the Person with Disability Organization here, the Federation, ay we decided po na isi-synchronize po namin yung aming pong ibang mga activities. Like for example po, meron po kaming access audit activity na synchronize po ito sa lahat ng LGUs since access isa sa parang ipinopromote ng tema ng ating NDR week ngayon ay accessibility. So we are writing to all the LGUs na mag-conduct po sila ng access audit activity. Of course, using the tool na binigay ng National Council on Disability Affairs. We will also be having the voice nga lang siya. The voice, so para po ma-showcase din po yung talent and skills po ng ating mga person with disability through singing. We also have that is in partnership with the SM po, SM Corporation, and we also have this distribution of customized wheelchairs sa islands po. We're going to the islands kasi maraming islands
Jen,
po.
sigurado ka na na-measure Jen, na na-measure yan,
Yes, yes. This is in partnership with, this is in partnership with the DOH, ITRMC, or the Ilocos Training Rehabilitation Medical Center. And of course, yung ating pong donor po doon ay ang Latter-day Saints. We also have online activities. Yan, minamaximize kasi natin yung digital technologies, no, yung IT infrastructure natin. So yesterday we conducted already online disability awareness and sensitivity training, and we're very proud to say na 200 po yung participants, nag-register na participants, and yun nga po 100 po yung ating pong enthusiast. Unfortunately, we have naging limited po kasi Gmeet po yung aming gamit. So, yeah, alam niyo naman, di ba, may limitation into number of participants. So, kung yung first 100 makakapasok sila nan po. And then we will also be having our online digital advocacy training. So, tuturuan po natin yung ating mga OPDs on how to leverage the information technology to amplify our voices in terms of advocacy. Marami pa pong aba. So, for our audience, you can visit our page, PDAW Pangasinan, if you want to know or join our activity. Maraming salamat po. And of course, thank you NCDA, Edie Reloba, no, yung inyo pong mga staff talaga namang very supportive po sila sa amin pong mga PDAWs. Thank you.
Ito parati, no, ang tinatanong, no, ng sektor, no. Para kasi sinasabi nila na nabubuhay lang talaga yung sektor. Pag NDPR Week at International Day of Persons with Disability, pagkatapos niyan, lalaylo naman na ito. On the part ng CD, no, papaano no natin masusustain? No, papaano niyo masustain? Okay, yung ating sinimulan, no, na kahit pagkatapos ng NDPR Week, tuloy-tuloy, no, yung mga activities natin na sinasabi nila, sana no sustain at hindi lang ningas kugon. So papaano, no, Director, no, masusustain mga sinimulan natin na activity nitong National Disability Rights Week sa susunod na mga buwan hanggang nasusunod na mga taon?
Oo. Ang ating celebration kasi ngayong Hulyo tsaka yung sa December natin, it's just a showcase kung saan kinakailangan lang nating i-amplify yung voice natin. Pero hindi ito yung talagang trabaho natin eh. Ang trabaho po kasi natin is araw-araw. And since I started with NCDA, we see to it na yung pagkilos at momentum para po sa sektor, lalong-lalo na yung zest na nakita po natin sa ating mga empleyado at sa ating mga kasamahan sa sektor, dapat po na masustain. So napakadami pong dapat nating gawin. Unang-una is the advocacy po natin. Ganon din po yung pag-strengthen po natin ng ating mga member agencies, ito pong ating governing board. So ngayon po kasi, we have a different way po ng pagkakonduct natin ng ating board meeting. So yung pong in accordance to their mandate, magre-report po kasi sila ano pong mga activities and engagement ang ginawa nila. So how many audits ang ginawa ni LGU, ni DPWH, ni DICT, how many webpage na ba yung na-audit nila na accessible or accessibility friendly. Madami din po tayo engagement sa mga private corporations. Isa-isa na po sila na nagtutungo sa NCDA, humihingi po ng disability sensibility training. And after that, ino-open po nila yung platform nila in hiring persons with disability. And also coming up with ways to innovate their programs and services po para po maging accessible. So, nung nandun kami ni Jen sa New York, hinighlight yung accessibility tourism, which is dapat naman talagang pagtuunan ng pansin ng ASEAN region kasi napakaganda talaga. Lalong-lalo na ang Pilipinas, napakaganda. However, kinakailangan talaga nilang i-modify para din naman maging inclusive. At ano din yun eh, may pool din yun eh, na pag nakita ng sektor na ay ito palang resort dito is accessible. So dito na kami. So ang dami pong nating dapat pagtrabahuhan at yun nga po nakita nga namin sa NCDA na kulang ang staff, kulang ang schedule para po lahat ng bagay na gusto nating gawin magawa po natin. So I think hindi po matitigil ang ating trabaho or ang zest ng ating grupo pagkatapos po ng ating NDPR week. Maaaring ito lang po ay signal for a new beginning, bagong vigor, bagong pagpaplano, bagong trajectory kung ano ba talaga. And kinakailangan din po kasi din natin na ma-engage din ng organizations with persons disability. So the PIDAW and the organization should also work together very closely para po talaga ma-achieve natin kung ano yung gusto nating ibigay na benepisyo at karapatan po ng sektor.
Director, ito ay pinapatanong, no, especially nung sa mga malalayong lugar, no. Ano daw, no, dahil sa bagong direksyon, no, ano daw yung mapapala nito, no? Alam na natin yung sa mga GIDA areas, yung mga geographically isolated, no, at depressed na mga areas. Mayroon ba silang maaasahan daw, no, sa NCDA at saka sa member ng governing board ng NCDA?
Opo, ngayon po ang atin pong mga regional program coordinators are structured in such a way that they were equally divided regions po na kanilang dapat puntahan. And I see to it that their schedules are widespread, na hindi po nakafocus lamang sa isang lugar, na kinakailangan kung anong binigay nila kay Region 1 ay mararamdaman din po ni Region 13. So we see to it that no one is left behind. This is just about scheduling. And lagi naman po kaming open sa mga request at though nakikita ko nga po sana that NCDA should be doing the macro level po sana ng approach by capacitating ang mga regional RCDAs natin and yung mga provincial PIDAWs po natin. But however, a massive campaign should be made first bago po natin ma-strategize yun. Kinakailangan makapacitate po natin sila lahat to ensure na kung ano man po yung knowledge, skills na meron po ang mga staff ng NCDA should be the same with our provincial and local counterparts. Pero yun nga po, lahat po ng humihingi ng technical assistance, hindi po yan dinedenay ni NCDA. Pinupuntahan po yan ngayon. Opo. So kasi nga po,
given,
opo.
Director, no, given doon sa daming request, no, how do you plan, no, to engage, no, the non-government organization, yung mga to help you, like Northfield?
Ang governing board ng NCDA is should be represented. First is di ba nag-advertise po kami ng membership to the governing board. So ayan, medyo nag-discuss na kami last time. So nasa further evaluation na po ito yung 6 representatives natin. And we will be conducting lots of forums para po ma-engage po natin ang other organizations of persons with disability, kasi ang nakikita ko po kasi hindi siya equally represented. So minsan mas madami yung nagmula dito sa isang category ng disability na ito at halos wala or very konti lang dito sa isa. So we will be conducting fora and dialogues with you, and in such a way we will know the issues and concerns that plaguing the organization and how we can work together. So alam naman po natin na the government cannot do it alone, the PIDAW cannot do it alone. We really need your expertise. And I already parang napag-usapan na din po namin ng ating mga MANCOM sa NCDA na we wanted to engage organizations of persons with disability because we know kung gaano kagagaling yung mga miyembro nito, and we wanted to tap them into the Speaker's Bureau. Kasi nga, madaming...
Yes! Nandyan si Jen, Director.
Oo, so yung expert, kasi talaga pong na-experience namin na pag nagsabay-sabay yung request, wala na po akong mapadala. talagang wala na. So, ayoko naman po na
Nandito kami ni Jen, Director.
Ayan. So, malapit na po yan. So, ginagawa na po namin ng paraan, ng design on how we are going to do about it. But we really need you to help us in advocating for the rights of the sector. And we know that kung ano man po yung kayang gawin din namin ay nagagawa din po nila. Kaya po, humanda na po tayo sa bigger task.
Yeah, sige. Jen, may dagdagang itatanong, i-clarify kay Edie?
Yeah, with the declaration of Director Relova na i-engage niya talaga ang OPDs and NGOs sa mga activities ng NCDA. Director, I just wonder, ano po yung, not to compare, ano po yung sa tingin niyo yung something unique with your leadership with NCDA na kaabang-abang po para sa sektor?
Siguro po ang what is unique about my leadership is yun po kasing simpleng desire ko lang po to help the sector. So yun po kasi yung reason kung ba't ako nandito. It's not about me being employed or me staying sa position. So siguro po yun. Kasi kung wala ka pong yung ulterior motive, you can do freely the things that you want. And hindi ka po mai-influensya ng kahit Focus ka lang kasi dun sa task mo. And nakikita mo yung bagay in a clearer way when nothing is impeding your decision or clouding your mind. So ako po, siguro nung napunta po kasi ako ng NCDA, in-internalize ko na I'll be working for the sector. Ano ba yung maganda para sa sector? Ano ba yung maganda para sa organisasyon? So ganun lang po yung nasa isip ko. So parang, kasi nothing lasts forever. But I believe na pag nandyan ka, you have to really make a dent, however small it is, but you have to make a dent. So siguro yun po. At naging ko na po yun, mantra ko na wherever, kahit sa office po ako napunta, I always try to make a dent and really give my 1,000%. Siguro yun po. Tsaka,
siguro ito na yung last, no? Yung last ko na question, no? Kasi parang gusto pa natin, may mga katanungan tayo. Okay, Edie, I heard, no, that you are formulating, no, the strategic plan, no, of NCDA. No, kasi syempre may mga member din tayo ng mga different subcommittees, no. Given, no, yung bagong proclamation, no, may epekto ba to, no, sa ginagawa na strategic plan ng NCDA?
Siguro ang epekto lang nito is na-strengthen lang niya or na-reinforce lang yung yung trajectory kung paano po natin pinupush before yung ating strategic plan. So kasi yung strategic plan, it's a more of a technical thing or the key results area, target or outcomes that each agency as a member of the NCDA would like to accomplish. So separate po yan yung strategic plan ng council and bukod po yung strategic plan ng NCDA as the secretariat. So I think hindi po makaka-affecto yon, but more it would enhance or probably spread yung perspective po ng bawat member agency na hey, I need to step up kasi ito yung pangangailangan ng grupo, ito yung pangangailangan ng sector. I need to do better. So siguro po ganon. And one more thing is we will be developing the National Action Plan for persons with disability. So Jen, yung yung lumabas sa ating So
yes,
so we will be working on it pretty soon. So priority natin, I also speak with Yusek Rose of NEDA regarding that, and she's very much interested. Yeah.
Hey, maraming salamat, no, Edie Relova, no. Ano yung panghuling mensahe mo sa ating sektor? Ano ay yung mga abangan nila na mga pagbabago, no, that you are, no, the captain, no, of steering the direction, no, towards the realization of the rights of persons with disabilities, Director?
Siguro po, una nagpapasalamat ako sa sektor sa taos-pusong pagtanggap sa akin bilang head po ng NCDA. Pangalawa po, gusto ko lang pong sabihin na 'wag po tayong bibitaw. Ang journey po ay though medyo mahaba na yung nalalakbay natin, pero mahabang-mahaba pa yung lalakbayin natin. At madami pa din tayong dapat gawin at ako po ay open sa lahat ng suggestions because I don't have the monopoly of knowledge and intelligence. So, tulungan niyo po ako na maitawid po natin ang lahat ng mga programa at serbisyo para po sa sektor. So, wag po tayong bibitaw. Patuloy po nating buhayin yung alab ng paglilingkod. At kami naman po dito sa NCDA, under my leadership, makakaasa po kayo ng isang malinis, transparent at mataas na integridad na pagsaserbisyo sa publiko. Maraming salamat po.
Yan yung aming bagong direktor. Meron ba tayong public service?
Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Kayo po ay malugod naming inaanyayahan on behalf of the National Council on Disability Affairs na makidalo po kayo sa aming mga activities na magaganap para po sa selebrasyon ng National Disability Rights Week. So ito po ay magsisimula sa July 15 sa SMX at matatapos po on July 23. So lahat po kayo ay iniimbitahan po namin na makidalo, makilahok dahil naniniwala po kami sa NCDA na ang karapatan po ng mga persons with disability or programs and services for persons with disability must not be tokenistic but must emanate from an empowered participation. Maraming salamat po at magandang araw muli.
Okay, so yung NORFIL, the Commission on Human Rights, the Philippine Partnership on Children with Disabilities, the Center for Development Arts Manila, iniimbitahan ulit natin yung mga batang may kapansanan sa ating activities na tinatawag Draw Disability Arts Contest. Ito ay gaganapin sa July 20, Saturday, sa Commission on Human Rights. Meron tayong mga cash prizes, meron tayong mga tokens, libre ang registration at may snacks tayo at lunch sa lahat ng mga magjo-join. So, every year natin to ginagawa. So kung may katanungan kayo, mag-email lang sa akin kasi yung inyong lingkod, yung committee head dito. So as usual, marami talagang ang mga interesado yung mag-join dito sa ating taunan na Draw Disability. Inaasahan ko kasi ito naman dyan, channel natin to sa PIDAW. So kung sino yung mga interesante, dapat doon sila makipag-ugnayan sa kanilang PIDAW. So aantayin ko ang inyong filled up registration form hanggang July 15 lamang. Okay, so maraming salamat, Inklusyon. Next, JM.
Okay, binabati din natin ang ating pong mga kaibigan, mga staff po ng National Council on Disability Affairs. Yan, headed by, from the IEC Department or Division, headed by Ma'am Bing Bakir. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am, for helping us to pursue this episode po. And of course, thank you po, Director Reloba, sa inyo pong muli na pagdalo po sa aming pong paanyaya sa inyo. Mga public service announcement din po. Ayan. Sige, JM, please do.
Hone your skills, gain experience, contribute to a meaningful cause. Incarnation is accepting interns and OJTs for our Facebook Live program dedicated to promoting the rights of persons with disability. Apply now and let's make a positive impact together. Send your application to incarnation@gmail.com. It's incarnation@gmail.com. INKLUNASYON@gmail.com and address it to Incarnation Core Group through our technical assistant, Joanna Marie David. May mga disability-related topics or issues pa ba kayo na gustong pag-usapan? Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Makipag-ugnayan na sa Inklusyon. Dahil sa Inklusyon, laging may inklusyon. Ipadala ang inyong reaksyon, komento, rekomendasyon, or suhesyon sa aming email address inklusyon@gmail.com 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 and address it to our Incarnation Core Group through our Technical Director, Ina Figueroa.
We would like to thank our sponsors and partners, CBM Global Disability Inclusion, Philippine Coalition United Nations Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities or PCUNCRPD, ENET Philippines, Norfield Foundation, CISO, Philippine Partnership on Children with Disabilities or PPCWD, Liliane Funds, Deafblind Support Philippines or DBSP, Philippine Chamber of Massage Industries for the Visually Impaired or PCMIVI, Provincial Government of Batangas, PIDAO Pangasinan, Regional Associations of Women with Disability or RAWWD Region 1, Mabini Movement, and of course, the ASEAN Enabling Master Plan 2025 Coalition. Thank you.
Jen, no, ang aking co-host, no, your last message please.
Ayan, maraming salamat po Sir Ranil, and of course maraming salamat po sa ating mga kaibigan, mga ka-fellow advocates na tumutok po sa araw na ito sa ating pong episode. Nawa po na kayo po ay may nakapulutang aral at mga informasyon na makakatulong po sa lalo po nating pagsisikhay sa pag-advocate for the empowerment of our fellow person with disabilities. To my Inklusyon family, thank you so much for your effort, and of course, happy NDR Week celebration po sa ating lahat. Sir Ranil?
Okay. Maraming salamat, Jen. Maraming salamat, no, Director Relova at ang suporta ng NCDA para maging totoo ang karapatan ng mga taong may kapansanan. Ang ating pagpupunyagi, no, ay dapat natin gawin anumang oras, anumang petsa. Hindi nagtatapos ang ating paggawa sa National Disability Rights Week lamang. Ang ating pagtatrabaho upang makamit ang totoong karapatan ng mga taong may kapansanan ay araw-araw. Ito, no, ay ang ating tungkulin, hindi lamang tungkulin ng mga government agencies or ng National Council on Disability Affairs. Tayong lahat magpupunyagi, tayong lahat ay magkakaisa para makamit natin ang ating minimiting karapatan at matataas ang antas ng kalidad ng buhay ng lahat ng mga tao, kasama na ang persons with disabilities and their families. Yan din ang miniminti ng inklusyon. Dito sa inklusyon, lahat ay kasama. Walang naiiwan. Dito sa inklusyon, now na.